Hi! Before enjoying this chapter, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell. Enjoy!
Hi, Zlatan.
Hi.
I see you twice in 1 month, so that's interesting. I know we've never met in ever, but in 1 month, twice. Once in Saudi, once here.
Yes.
So I'm glad it happened. Firstly, how are you really doing?
I'm good. Life is good. Life is treating me good. Obviously, I stopped playing football 8 months ago. Different life now. I accepted to stop football, which was a difficult thing because of my ego, because of the way I think about myself, which I think I'm the best. I'm still the best. I could continue, but I choose to stop. Why I choose to stop? Because I wanted a good life for my family. So I wanted to be able to do things with my sons, because my consequence was that I would not be able to do the things with my son because I had problems with one of my knees. So I accepted. I came to a moment where I said, it's okay. Let it go and start a new chapter in your life. Then it went a couple of months. I met Jerry Cardinale that is controlling the Redbird Fund that bought Milan, and he gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. And I started to work with AC Milan, and I'm with AC Milan 3-4 months. And he's treating me good, I have to say.
I saw a recent podcast with Thierry Henry, and he was speaking about leaving football, and he said that person died. That Thierry, the footballer, died. And it made me think that sometimes we, as men or women, we associate our identity and our value with something we do. So if you're a very good father, and the moment your kids grow up, you feel your value is gone. If you're a great husband and your wife passes away, you might feel you're not important anymore. And footballers or engineers or whatever, they can associate with what they do. So when you ask somebody what you do, like, who are you? You say, oh, I'm an engineer. And the problem is sometimes when, especially men, I feel, retire, they feel not visible anymore or not as, and do you see it the same way that Thierry maybe saw it, that Zlatan, the footballer, had to go now and now there's a new?
I mean, where I come from, where I grew up, I didn't change from that. I always be myself. I was successful in what I was doing. I was getting famous. I was earning money, but I was still the same person. So the football player was me. So I could be engineer or football player. I would still be me. And I think it's important because I think people change when they get success. They get independent with money. They get a certain status in life where they think, where things becomes easier, let's be honest. It's not like you have to stay in the line in a club. You become famous, you pass everybody, they recognize you, and in a way you get shortcut to everything. But I always be myself. I promise myself I will not change for nothing, because remember where you come from, whatever happens and whatever is in front of you. And I think when I stop, I'm still the same person. And when you say panicking with guys, it's correct, because they live a certain life. When they stop, they don't get the attention anymore. So what happens? They don't have education, because when you're a professional, you get it in early age. You didn't get any diploma from school. You get early professional, you go a career, you come around 30, 35. I was lucky, I came to 41. Then your life starts, but you're 40 or you're 35. So the education is not there. So basically you're coming out to the world, but you cannot do things like you could do when you were 20. So people are panicking. I can imagine ex-players going depression. I can imagine they get panic where people don't recognize them anymore because you're not in the moment anymore. They don't get attention, so now they're looking for this attention to be seen. They go in front of cameras, they do whatever just to be seen and have this recognition, I think you can say. And when they don't get it, it becomes like a no man's land. But I always promise myself, be yourself. Whatever happens, whatever you do, whatever you go through, be yourself. So if I'm the player or not, I'm still the same guy. So for me, the person didn't die. I'm still alive, trust me.
If I ask you, who are you, Zlatan?
I am Zlatan. I am a person I'm very confident. People call it arrogance, but I'm very confident. I believe in what I'm doing. I can do mistakes when I do things. I will learn from the mistakes. I can redo a mistake, I will still learn. But I believe being yourself is being perfect. I don't have this, people try to make the perfect image of me. I try to make the perfect image of me for people to like me. It's not important for me. The most important for me is the people around me and people that is in my family. They know who I am and they like me. The rest is just a consequence because I'm good at something I do, and that was playing football. And the whole world likes you, the whole world recognize you, but in the end, they like me for the player. Then the person, they don't really know because the person, you can hide behind a filter or you're just being yourself. And I choose to be myself. Even if I would do mistakes, even if I would do crazy things, what people would say, yeah, he's crazy, he's not good enough, he's not good for the image, blah, blah, blah. But I was just being myself. And then I grow from there, you get more mature, you get older, you learn from things you do, there is a consequence from things you do, and that shapes the person. And I have a big heart, but I don't let people come in, because then I become weak for the people. And I don't let many people come in my zone, because then you have two types of person. Either you meet the good guy or you meet the person that will use you. So that's why I'm very isolated.
And the more popular you get, the more people who want to use you.
100%. But there you have to be strong and wise to read the person. You have to feel the situation. But not many can do it, because this comes with experience, it comes with a little bit intelligence. So if you're good at that, you manage to control.
Your childhood in 3 words.
Suffering, hard, aggressive.
Why was it? I know generally that you didn't have an easy childhood, but why did you choose those words? Suffering, you started.
Suffering because I was in a situation where I saw other kids, they could do things I was not able to do economically. My father did his best to make the best thing for me, but unfortunately the economics was not on top. I didn't have the possibilities to do things that other kids could do. Let's say I was playing football. We went on a trip where we had to pay by ourselves. My father couldn't pay. Sometimes he would not pay the rent for the apartment and he would pay my trip sometimes not. I saw kids eat candies or whatever. I could not afford it. I saw them use clothes, nice clothes, you get a little bit older. Cool clothes, cool brands. I could not buy it. I tried to steal when I was able to steal it. I was not always successful. And I had a very big discipline because my father punished me if I would do stupid things. So it was a balance of, not survival mode, I would not say, because I'm still alive, because survival mode feels very hard and deep. But in that way I was suffering. Let's say I wanted new football shoes, I couldn't play with new because I couldn't afford it. And then you see other kids have it. So in the term of suffering, that was...
And hard?
Hard that I was not accepted like the other ones because I was foreigner in Sweden. So I was judged different compared to the Swedish people. I had brown eyes, I had big nose, I had brown hair. Typical Swedish is blonde, blue eyes. And in my world, let's say the football world, my Swedish was not perfect. And they didn't accept me for who I was. And I had this cocky style. I had a big mouth. But that for me was confidence. Because I said I was the best. And I truly believed I am the best. And that for them is not normal. Because they're like, stay in your place, stay in line, don't jump over on somebody. And then this new thing comes, which is different. And it was hard because I had to be better than everybody to show myself. I had to go through things that nobody else went through. I had to break walls to be accepted and to open doors for the next generation that came from the same situation like me. Let's say the second generation Swedish that has different background and is not typical Swedish, but is the new Sweden, let's say. That's hard, and aggressive would be, because I come from a family that we are very aggressive. So the way we show love, we don't hug and that. We are strong against each other. My father was aggressive against me, and I became him. So when he discussed with me, he didn't understand. He's discussing against himself because he created the product. So in that way, the situation was very aggressive. And I brought it with me in school. So my approach was aggressive, even if that was my way to show love or positive situation. But they didn't see it like that. They see it as an aggressive way of doing things. But that's the way I was raised. So it was not to be threatful or being like aggressive physically against somebody. The mood was just like aggressive.
I'm curious, when you were this young man or teenager or kid and you said that you're the best, in that age, Zlatan, did you actually believe you're the best, or it's like a front that I need to fake it to believe it, you know?
No.
Fake it till you make it, you know that saying?
No.
Which I don't like that
which
saying, but
people think he's an actor in front of the camera, he says things, but really deep inside he's not. No. Where I came from, you needed to be the best. Because it was some kind of survival mode. Because everything we did, we challenged each other. You wanted to show you were the number one. So the number one would take his adventure from there and not stay in that wherever ghetto, let's say. People call it ghetto, I call it home. So you needed to show you're the best and be the best to take yourself from there. And in everything we did, whatever it was, it could be a simple game, easy game, crazy game, stupid game, you wanted to be the best. And in everything I did, I was the best. And I had this bulletproof mind, even if I didn't win, I'm still the best. So I convinced myself all the time, in everything I do, I'm the best. So that was like talking to myself. And I think in normal life, everything starts there. I cannot tell you you're the best. You have to convince yourself first that you're the best.
Absolutely.
It's like a smoker. You smoke cigarette. If you don't understand yourself, you have to stop. I cannot help you. You take the first step, and I will push you. I will give you the boost. It's the same thing with the mindset. I believe I'm the best. Then the rest follows. But you have to convince yourself. If you're not convinced, other people, they can give you compliments and that, but in the end, when you're alone, because in the end, you're alone against everybody, trust me. So when people think, I'll give you a perfect example. When we win big trophies, when we win, they go on the stage, they say, thanks to my family, thanks to my friends, thanks to my whatever. The only one you have to thank, first of all, is yourself, because yourself are going through everything. You're going through the stress, you're going through the whatever suffering, the training, the recovery, the eating. In my case, you're in a stadium, there's 80,000. You come in a moment where you decide, now I have to score in my situation. If I don't score, what happens? They destroy me. If I score, I become the hero. The media, which are big pressure, because when you play on the highest level, is a big pressure. You are judged for what you do, not for the human being. Because you can be nice or bad, but still they destroy you if you're nice and you're doing bad. So there is this classic thanks to them thing. In the end, you have to thank yourself because you go through it yourself. This might sound like an ego, but it's not an ego thing because I went through it all myself. Every consequence, I stand in front of people to explain myself for whatever action I did. So the other ones, they help me. They give me boost, they push me. But in the end, you do it yourself. That's why I say, if you're strong in your mind, you go through everything.
Mm-hmm. It's very true what you said, that I mention usually, you can't sell something if you don't believe in it. Like people feel the energy that you're insecure or you're just saying it. And I think this quote you might know, I think you'll like it. It's when you said that, you have to take the first step. One of my favorite quotes is, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So I can't teach you if you're not ready to learn.
Exactly.
But if you're ready to be the best, you can have a good coach.
Exactly.
But you can have the best coach, but if you're not interested, it doesn't matter. You don't even want.
You have to take the first step, 100%. Because I believe 50% is in your head. In everything we are doing. Athlete, whatever, engineer, whatever you do, 50% is in your head. Because there is no saying, I was born a football player. Trust me, that's all bullshit. I was born with a football on my feet. This is all to make the story more wow or whatever. Like, come on, you don't sell a fake story. You sell a real story. Hard work pays off. You work hard, you arrive.
What was something that you were insecure about growing up?
I mean, not being accepted. Insecure of doing things like if people would like it or not. So I came in a moment, you do things because obviously you're not always in control. Because other people has to choose you or accept you for who you are or for how good you are. And that was not always in my hands. So becoming insecure that you will not be accepted or succeed, it happened in the young age. And I was asking other players, we talk football because my world is football, so to compare, and before that, because I always played football and I was in school and that, I was insecure talking to girls because I didn't have the confidence at that time because I was not feeling accepted, so obviously you feel insecure. And in the football game was like, I had to show I was 10 times better than the other ones, but I was not sure if I did the right thing. So I tried to ask other ones for guidance or whatever, but everybody said, we haven't been in your situation. We cannot help you. And then I realized it's all about myself. If I will make it, it's up to me. I will have to find my own way. So there was no way that somebody told me, go right or go left. Sometimes I went right, sometimes I went left. And from left I went right, and so I find my own way. And I did a lot of mistakes. I did a lot of crazy things, a lot of stupid things. But in the end, I found my path. I became stronger. I became very strong and even stronger. And from there was no stopping me. Then I went through every wall.
Were you bullied a lot in school?
I was, and I bullied other ones also. That's why I was bullying other ones, because I was bullied also. So it became like a defense. You bully me, I bully the third guy, just to feel my defense. But I couldn't bully the guys who bullied me. But I will not exaggerate. This is not like I was bullied and going around, because I was, like I said, I was pretty aggressive and tough in school also. But it happened that I bully other ones, and I got bullied in different ways.
They say hurt people hurt people.
Could be.
And heal people heal people. You know?
But it's also an experience, because when you're young, you think different.
Absolutely.
I mean, every 5 years, the person change. I'm not the same guy when I was 15. I'm not the same guy when I was 20, 25, 30. This is all experience. This is all the consequences you go through shapes the person. So you could be the worst guy when you were 15, but the best in the world when you are 25. So it's all about experience and
this, if you decide.
exactly, you go through things and yeah, it shapes you who you are. So there is a bump in the road every time, but from every bump, it shapes you. Everything is not perfect. People think the world is perfect. Everybody is perfect. Everybody tries to find this perfect world and exist in that perfect world. It's not like that. It doesn't exist. And now with this social media, becomes even more difficult because they think the world is social media. They don't understand. There is another world outside. And there we talk filter. You live a life through a filter. That is dangerous for me.
Was it, I read a bit about you. I don't like to read too much because I don't want to go biased. So I always like to ask, was there a teacher that was brought to you as a special teacher to help you in school to do better or something?
I had a teacher assistant that helped me because they thought something was wrong with me. So, and I felt very offended because I wanted to be treated like everybody else. It's always there when we talk about not being accepted. So I had an assistant in the class from 20 students. I was the only one who had assistant because they said, yeah, I was a problem child. I couldn't sit still. He's aggressive. He's this. And made me even more angry. It didn't help me because I was feeling different and they made me feel different and I didn't like it. And I became more aggressive against the person and against my environment because they made me feel different.
What was her name?
I don't remember, but she remembers my name, don't worry.
If she's still alive and going to watch this, what would you tell her?
She would say she never thought this will happen because I said it will happen and they were all joking and laughing to me. But I'm not that guy, I will put it back to them or something. I believe in win-win situation. She tried her best, somebody gave her the job to do it. If she really wanted to do it or not, I don't know. But they don't deserve me to go back against them and hate them. For me, I don't work like that. I don't work. I'm happy with who I am, about my situation. And maybe I wouldn't be here if these things that didn't happen to me. That's why I say everything we do is a consequence for what we become. So maybe it was good for me or not, I don't know. In that moment, not. Maybe now I say maybe it was good for me because I became who I am. So, but I don't believe in throwing back to the people who didn't believe in me on that. I don't give attention to them. I would care less about them. I don't give them importance because they don't deserve it.
The author who co-wrote your book.
Which one? There is many books.
One of them. Okay, you have many. Sorry. So one of them wrote that you are a mix of a warrior because you had to be and vulnerable. Is that a good description of you as a person?
I think so. Vulnerable because I told you, I have a big heart. People might not think about it. And me saying it, you're just saying it to say it. And the warrior is the survival mode. So I think you have these Balkan people where they might seem strong and hard, which they are, but with big heart. So you might judge somebody just because they are strong or whatever, but behind the strong and the not aggressive, no, but the toughness, there is a big heart. But you just have to reach the heart. And when you reach the heart, you will understand who I am. But you have to reach it, and not many reach it. That's the difference now. That's why it stops there. Yeah, he's that. But they don't reach the real. But it's not a weakness. You cannot say it's weakness because
I believe it's strength, actually.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it's a strength because if you come in, you don't lose, you gain. So, yeah, but you have to come there, which is the hard part. And then it can happen, you let people come in, and then you get disappointed because of things.
Story of my life.
You get disappointed and you ask yourself, you don't give the blame to the other person, you give the blame from yourself because you said, why was I so stupid to not understand or to read the situation. But we learn from that because it can happen again. So from the next time, in all these things, I believe in you get stronger. You don't get weaker, you get stronger. The only thing is you pay the price for what you did before. So you get stronger and you get more confident because, I mean, from mistakes you learn. It's simple. You don't do mistakes, you don't learn.
Yeah.
And when you're failing or when like negative things happen, you learn more than from success and good things happen.
I relate a lot because I also believe I have a very small circle, and the problem is sometimes I feel inside me like a kid when I finally let somebody inside that small circle. I get so excited, so I try to give them everything. Share my family, share my love, share my attention, come with me, let's go, because it's such a small apartment that when finally I allow somebody to come in that apartment, I'm like, yeah. But then sometimes that hurt is the biggest hurt that you can ever get. It could be a friend, but you feel so betrayed and stupid. You're like, like how did this happen? You feel betrayal, but it happens.
It happens. It's part of the life, actually. But it's not only depending on you. It's depending also on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Because I believe I give you one chance. If you don't take it, I will not give you the second. Because if you didn't take the first one, you will absolutely not take the second. So and it's not like I'm doing a favor. It's like more to open up yourself. But one chance, not two.
But when you say one chance, so after, would you give a person?
No.
So they make one mistake, they're out?
Out, finish.
So would you think that you don't deserve a second chance if you made a mistake with a friend or with a...
No.
Anyway,
one chance.
You don't deserve?
No.
You don't believe people change?
When you break up a glass and you repair it, how does the glass look like?
Not the same, but it could be repaired, but not the same.
Could be, but how does it look? Clean like before?
No.
Exactly. You can shape it, do whatever you want, but still you will see all the whatever you fixed.
How was your Zlatan relationship with your mom and dad when you were young?
Was good. I mean, my mom he's a cleaner. She had we're a big mix of family. So I have two sisters from my mother's side, bigger sister that I'm not in contact with. I have the smaller sister that is still older than me, that we have the same mother and father. We're the closest one. And then I had a big brother that passed away a couple of years ago.
Sorry.
Then I have a little brother that is from my mother's side. And so it's a big mix, but it is what it is.
We're 9, so...
Yeah, exactly. It's part of the 2024, let's say. And I have good relationship with my mother, less with my father, but it doesn't mean he's a bad, because you have to understand the Balkan. I don't know how many friends you have that is from Balkan. It's big proudness. Who brings food to the table, who take care of the home. So obviously my father created the product, like I said to you, but he created it himself, but I took it to other levels in sense of economics and that. So I made more things possible. So the proudness is, you don't help me. I don't need nothing when I try to help, but I still help and I still do what I believe in. Because I think it's important. You have to do what you believe in, not what people tell you what to do. Because when you do those things, always something comes back. Because you're being yourself. And when you do it from the heart, not from the brain. Because when you do from the brain, you try to be too intelligent. But when you do from the heart, you really want to do it. Let's say charity. People send money to charity and they go out and they brag with it that they help charity and that. Help charity without saying nothing. Then you do it from the heart. And then you do it because you really want to do it. Not to look good, not to get applause from people. He's a nice guy. I don't need that. I don't need that. And with my father, we are the same person. Proudness, confident, and we do our own, we do it in our own way. So what happens? To Goliath, they clash. But he's still my father, and he will always be my father.
His name is Shafiq or Shafiq? Shafiq. And mom, Yorka? Yulka. I called my Swedish friend, I'm like, how can I say her name?
Yeah, Yulka Ibrahimović.
Okay. Why do you do all that you do? Like, did you ever figure out what's your purpose? Why do you do everything? Because you don't have to. You could have stopped football before. You could have become a businessman.
100%.
There's a purpose.
I mean, there is challenges in life. First of all, if people is happy around me, I become happy. And that is the first question. What is happiness? I believe happiness is moments. It doesn't last forever. I could be happy to sit here, but in 30 minutes, I will tell you to go and fuck yourself. For example. Sorry, the language, but you understand what I mean.
You can swear as much
Okay.
as you want. Yeah.
And that for me is happiness, is moments. And you choose those moments when it's happiness and that. And I believe when people around me, my surrounding, I make them happy, I become happy. And then, obviously, I had this childhood, you cannot make it, you're not good enough, you're not accepted. And that for me, it burns. It burns. Because I go against all of those things. And I will demonstrate and I will show you. That's why I have this winner instinct. I'm a winner. I will win. I will do anything to win. And I will show you how I win. So for me, it burns. And I will not stop until I win. So I do these things. I always have this saying, why be normal when you can be the best? So when I do my things, I don't want to be normal. For me, normal, it doesn't exist. I want to make the difference. And when you make the difference, you are being the best. So for me, it's a challenge. So in reality, I'm fighting against myself, not against the other ones, because I want to be the best version of myself and take myself to limits and try myself. That's the purpose, and not be compared with other ones, because I don't compare myself with nobody.
Which you shouldn't, because there's no apple to apple in any case. Your childhood is different from another footballer, from another. It's not the same. It's the same, different height, different skills.
Exactly. So
for me, it's just how can you be the best
But I'm never
version?
satisfied. That's my problem. Yeah. I cannot enjoy the moment. So whatever I do in life, I have difficulties to enjoy because I seek for the new challenge straight. If that is good or not, there is two ways. Because people could say, you should have enjoyed while you had it, or you should enjoy it while you were living. Or they say you have a lot of will to achieve more. So it's a mix of everything. Why? There is no why. We do it because we want to do it. Like I said to you, I choose to do it. And I don't want to stop. And I believe it drives you like a person. I don't believe in just sit still and wait for other ones to do things. I want to do my own things.
I smile slightly sometimes when you talk because you don't know how much I connect to things you say.
Okay.
It's crazy. Like sometimes, of course, we're two different human beings, but we're very same.
Of course, I'm a freak of nature in what I'm doing. Doesn't exist two types of my type.
I don't want to be Zlatan. And you don't want to be Anas.
No, my
we're
friend.
okay.
Trust me, I'm good where I am.
Because when you're talking about never being satisfied, one of my favorite quotes is always grateful, never satisfied. And I feel it represents me. I'm grateful, alhamdulillah. I have good things in my life. I have a family. I feel good. I feel healthy. But I'm never satisfied, Zlatan. Like
It's not enough.
And I
You
think I
want
will
more.
die if I am satisfied. Like it will. It's
But I
my
think
one
it drives you also. That's why it takes you to levels that you would not achieve if you would not be like that. So it's you as a person, you are like that because of your roots, what you went through. So it's all a consequence from what we go through.
Yeah.
So, and then I believe the surrounding has to be positive energy. Because like you said, your friend said, or maybe it's not your friend, he came in a group and he was pushed to do things because of the group, yeah? And when the surrounding is negative, you become negative, but at the same time you have to be strong because you choose to go in that group. I choose to stay among positive energy.
Yes.
But if I'm around negative energy, it's because I choose it. And that is, you choose. And not being satisfied, like I said, it can be positive, it can be negative, but I think it drives you. It has to drive because it makes you feel alive, and you want to feel alive.
Yeah, I'll rest when I'm dead.
When you're dead, we start to sleep.
Yeah, for the long one. And the co-author said that if 100 people went through what you've been through, 99 wouldn't make it. So my question is how...
But you're always about what other one says.
No.
What do you say?
That's what I'm... No, what do you say? I don't care what was written in the book. I want to ask you. Because that's somebody wrote about you. I want to ask you...
They wrote about... What did they say?
That if
Because
100...
they say a lot of things about me. And they still
Somebody
don't know
approved it somewhere. So
Tell me, what did they say?
he said that if 100 people went through what you've been through,
Yes.
99 wouldn't make it like you,
Okay.
obviously. So my question is, you're talking about decisions, right?
Yeah.
How did you use everything you've gone through for you, not against you? Because a lot of people can be in your shoes and be a victim. Oh, my childhood, oh this, oh my school, oh in Sweden nobody accepts. There are 1,000 excuses.
So
But
let's
you
say-
used it for you.
Let's say I'm on fire, and you put gas on fire, what happens? So all these things is gas. So the fire becomes bigger. And if you want to play with fire, I'll burn you. So it makes me, everybody that went against me, talk against, in whatever I do, it putting gas on the fire. So that makes me, it drives me more. I want to do more. I want to exaggerate doing more. So it doesn't stop me, it keeps me going. And people would say, yeah, but you shouldn't be affected and that. But unfortunately, it's not like you can be affected in many ways. Depends how you use it. I use it as a fuel to do more. People break from it. People get affected by it in a negative way. Because they go, yeah, they write a comment about me in social media, whatever. Yeah, but you know social media is about comments also. So if you know that will happen, why are you reading it? You think the world is perfect. From 10 comments, you think 10 comments is wow? It's not like that. Because you have jealousy. You have people that, whatever you're doing, they want to break you. They want to go whatever against you, just to put you down and that. From 10 people, not 10 want to do that things and give you clapping hands or give you compliments. That's why I say when you say some talk bad about you, some talk good. But when they talk bad, you're doing a good job, my friend. Trust me. I went through all of this.
Yeah,
Even if we are same age, but I talk with experience.
Yeah, you have way more, like if I got 1% criticism, you got 100.
But I prefer to be hated than loved. I will be honest to you. Because when they say they love you, you don't really know. When they say they hate you, trust me, they hate you.
It's true.
That is...
It's at least honest.
Exactly. Bro, you try to go in my brain now, eh? You try to
I'm
come
thinking
in
of,
my head. Eh?
There's something I liked.
Bro, I'm flying, I'm not walking. People, they walk, I fly.
I will fly with you.
I will bring you under my wings, my friend.
I'll fly next to you. You said that anger really helped you to
Yeah.
play well.
Yes.
Is this true?
Yes, it keeps me on my toes because it makes me connect better. It makes me be on my toes. It makes me become more pay attention. It drives me. Because when I was not angry, I was too relaxed. So I just needed a trigger point. And in the beginning, I didn't find it because I used anger in a stupid way. Because I would get a red card, I would do something stupid that was a consequence against me. Then I made anger to improve my game because I was wasting energy in the beginning by getting angry. Then I changed because, like I told you, I was in an aggressive environment. So wherever I come, my approach was aggressive. And that anger in the beginning was going against me, but then I started to learn and I made it my friend. And then we connected, and then I used it like a ability in making me better. And then when I was not angry, instead of other ones make me angry, I was looking for the anger. So I was trying to get the trigger points, just to create a situation, and then became different.
Michael Jordan used to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw his documentary. Obviously, I don't know him personally, but obviously I was very judged by everything I did. Yeah, teammates that, he's the worst teammates, he's the best. You cannot play with him, he's aggressive, he's put pressure on you and that. Then I saw The Last Dance, and then I was very happy. I was smiling just like you do now, because that is exactly what describes the mindset, mentality, and a winner. Because he wanted to bring the situation to another dimension. And that is what I try to do. You don't drag me down, I will drag you up. And that is what he did, because he was a winner. And winners, they are like that. So it's all about either you fly with me or you fall down. You choose.
Yeah, I believe sometimes people, and I remember maybe one of the few, I love that documentary, and one of the few moments he got really emotional, which is rare. He said they used to think I'm not a good teammate or I'm very cruel. I just wanted them to win.
Exactly.
But if you're not understanding what I'm trying to do as a bigger picture, because I'm trying to tell you I'll win with you. Exactly. I'll make you a champion. Just work with me. So that's why I'm being hard on you.
But not
everybody.
It's not always go, exactly. It doesn't always go in your way. Because people come from different environment. I tell you, I came from very aggressive environment. And I was that person. But it didn't mean I wanted you bad. It mean I was like that. Obviously, you collide, you go along with some, but always you're judged by the short moment instead of the long purpose.
Did you ever regret a club move?
No, I don't believe in that. I believe in destiny. Whatever happens should happen.
I swear, if you watch an interview of me, it's like I should just put my sentences and we'll complete this interview.
Bro, there's only one Zlatan.
I swear.
I can sit here 3 days with you.
That's good news.
But bro,
Yeah,
trust me, 1 hour, I give you effective time, because I believe in long terms you get tired, and in the end you're repeating your words,
But you don't get my questions every day.
Yeah, but you think too much.
Okay. I'll remove the thinking.
No, you are a thinker.
No, I mean in the final.
No, but I mean now, you're a thinker.
I am. I don't like stupid questions.
No, there is no stupid questions, trust me. A question is a question because you want answers. Whatever question you do, there is an answer.
Okay, then next
But you
question.
try to study me, don't do that.
I swear, I'm just curious. I'm a curious human. Okay. Who's Dr. Freddie Fu?
Freddie Fu became my friend, and in a way he saved my career, because when I got injured, I got a very bad injury in Manchester United. I got a multi-injury. Same thing there. When I got injured, in my mind I was not injured, because I said to myself, no, everything is okay. And everybody said, no, Ibra, this is a very bad injury. No, everything is good. And I tried to prove them that I could walk, that everything was okay in the moment of the heat, because a lot of adrenaline. So when the adrenaline is there, obviously you don't feel the same when the adrenaline is not there. So the day after I come, no, everything is good. Do the check. It's all broke inside the knee. So this is my first major injury, and I have never been injured in that kind of injury. So people said 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years, and for me this is hard, because this is like drowning me, and I never been drowned before, because I like to be in control. I feel I'm like untouchable in a way that nothing will happen to me, because of my confidence, because of my ego, because of the way I am. And I'm not in control now, because now there is a situation I have to go through. It's more mental. Fuck, will I make it, will I not? And remember when I said gas on fire, so everybody starts now. I'm 35 years old, 36 and a half. My career is over. I will never come back. I will never make it. This is over, finished, too old. My friend, now they're teasing. Now they're burning, they're getting burned because, and I'm not the guy who will go out and say, you will see. Because one thing is you talk and one thing you show. Because I prefer to work in silence, but I will perform in violence. That is my approach. And when I perform, I will show you. But not by people think he has a big mouth and that, because I work hard, what people underestimate me for. I work very hard and not saying to you like everybody says, I'm the first in training and I go out last in training. But what does it mean? You can come first, drink coffee until you go home and you have to really show that you're working. So I met Freddie, we were talking around, me and my manager, Mino Raiola, who would be the doctor to do the operation, because we got a call from the whole world now. Everybody wants to operate me, but they don't even know what I have, which for me was very strange, because with these things, you don't joke, you don't play around. So we inform ourselves who would be the best, and Freddie Fu came in the picture. I said, okay, because we gave 10 persons a task, let's say, give me 3 names who could operate a multi-injury. So not only one injury, like multi. And from all 10, one name was in all the 10 answers, and that was Freddie Fu. We called him, the next day we traveled, we come to him. 4 o'clock in the morning, they were all in a road. Said, we can do it tomorrow also. No, we do everything now. The test, everything, and obviously you get an opinion only. You're not deciding. So wherever you go, you get an opinion, but you need a first opinion, second, third, so you feel confident who will do it for you, because it's a big responsibility. But it felt confident from the first minute when I met him. Because when he talked, he looked in my eyes, first second, afterwards he was not looking at me anymore. He was walking around. I was like, this guy's crazy, what is he doing? He was talking, we will do like this, we will do that, we will do that, blah, 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 you will come back, blah, blah. Basically, he was talking to himself, but still the voice was against me. And I said, this guy, because all genius, they said they're crazy. And I said, this crazy guy, he's the right guy. I felt immediately, he's the one. And then there is a funny story. And because he said to me, I don't operate humans only, I operate animals also. So I said, perfect, I'm in good hands, because I am an animal. Become a little bit joke, because obviously the situation was very hard. I get operated. The day I get operated, he said, we wait 1 week. I said, okay, I'm in Pittsburgh, because the office was in Pittsburgh. After 2 days, he called me and said, tomorrow we operate. And I look, tomorrow, it's only past 2 days. You said 1 week. I had a dream, I have to operate you tomorrow. I was like, fuck, another crazy guy I meet now. But I believe in this, because, like I said before, it's destiny. He said, wait outside the hospital, 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, okay, me and Mino, we're outside. He picks me up. Like, the story doesn't end. He brings me to the hospital. He goes prepare, I go whatever do to clean and that. He comes, and in the day of the operation, he's just looking at me. And I'm like, oh, this guy. I already decided, but I said, this guy is not normal, because he's making me now feel like, what's going on? Because many want to have proudness to operate, and then they don't know, not like they don't know, they don't care about the outcome, because the operation is as important as the rehab. He just look at me. The guy, he was carrying me in a way that I put my career, let's say, in his hands. And then he operated, and that, we finished. And then it's a long story, I make short. He fixed everything in my knee. He said, trust me, you will come back and you will be as strong as before. And that for me is important, because now you give me words that I can believe in. Instead of me finding my own, like I said to you, you pump yourself, you convince yourself. Instead, he said to me, you will be as strong as before. And now, but it's up to you, because of the rehab. And I went through a rehab that was a mental training I never did before. But I believe in those things, like I said before. In a bad situation, you become stronger than in a good situation. I came back, I started to play my game again, and Unfortunately, Freddie Fu, he passed away a couple of years ago, and it was a sad moment for me because he gave me a second life in my career. And I'm not sure I would have that if it was not for him. So I'm very thankful for him, for what he did for me, and he will always be remembered in my career. Mm-hmm. So, more or less like this.
I'll ask you a favor. Can I get 90 minutes? Because I have
Bro,
a lot
you're
of good
negotiating now, eh?
If you can.
How long is a movie?
Usually, yeah, nowadays it goes
How
up
long
to
is
2
a
hours,
movie?
but usually we go for 90.
90 minutes. You're on Netflix, yeah? How long is
We
the
are on
movie?
Netflix. Yeah. It depends which movie. Oppenheimer is 3. You ready for 3?
Yeah, but you fall asleep after 1. Here you don't fall asleep.
Depends if
I
the
told
movie
you
is
1
good.
hour effective time, but I will give you 90 minutes.
Yalla, alhamdulillah. Okay.
Because I will save your show. Because I will bring you the real deal, not like the other ones. They will tell you what you want to hear. I will tell you what's the real story.
You have one more compliment?
That's not a compliment, that's fact.
Have one more fact?
It's coming, keep going.
What does success mean to you?
What is success? Depending what you believe is success. For me, success, people think I'm successful just because I became a football player, but successful can be many things. Depends what you're aiming for, what your objective is in life. I mean, successful people would say, I give food to my family. You're also successful there. Mm-hmm. Successful would be, I made it from my neighborhood. But for me, if we talk about my neighborhood, for me, my neighborhood was paradise. I was feeling good. I was feeling home. I would prefer to live there than where I live today. Now I live where I live because of my situation of life. But there, I was feeling home. Here I feel home, but not in the same way. So what is success? Whatever you choose it to be.
What do you
This
choose?
is also success, because you made me come here. So for you, it's a big success.
And for you?
For me, I'm schooling you.
Okay, Zlatan. What does love
Bro,
mean?
I told you, this is something else. This mindset is different. But okay, I'm feeling you.
This is why by the way, you don't need to impress me.
That's why I was laughing when I saw the pictures outside. But it's okay.
There's some good pictures.
No. Beautiful pictures.
We're going to add yours, but you want yours bigger?
No. You don't need to even to put me.
No, everybody
I'm not
gets
like
a
that.
place.
No, I don't
Humans
have
are
this
equal here.
We're all important.
What does love mean to you?
What is love? Love is a strong word. I think love can be a weakness and can be a strength. Because sometimes love goes against you, what you love, and it goes with you. It's a natural thing, it's nothing you choose. It comes by itself. You cannot choose to love somebody, that comes by itself. So it's a very strong word, but it grows naturally. It's not something that is programmed.
What does Helena mean to you?
Everything. I think if she wouldn't have the patient, and if she's 10 years older than me.
I read 11, but I'll take you
11.
away. Yeah.
I take 1 year away from her. So I think if she would not be 11 years older than me, she would not stay with me. Because she had the patience to stay with that person that was all these things I told you in the beginning. And she had a lot of patience what we went through because she had her own career. So it's not like she became something because of me, in a sense, career. She had her own. So she always says to me, remember who took care of you before you started to take care of the family, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So she had her career and she gave up her career for me because I chose it to be like that. And she went through everything she did. Basically, she gave everything to me and gave up everything for me. And that for me, what do you give back? You cannot give more back to arrive on that level, because you try to do your best, but imagine you give up everything just for one person. So maybe your dreams or whatever achievement you're looking for or objectives, and I'm very thankful I have her. I appreciate a lot. We have been together a very long time, and we trigger each other. We are more than a relationship, so I would ask her for advice in whatever I do. If I follow, not every time, because sometimes I just want to hear opinion. So depending on the answer, maybe I'm looking for a different answer, but not getting it, and still looking for the other one. If you understand what I mean.
I do.
I would go against her even if she says yes, and for me still no. So just to get an opinion. But we talk a lot, and I think she's an amazing mother for my boys, and that is the most important. The rest, I know it will be resolved, whatever there is. The most important is she's there for my boys.
What do Maximilian and Vincent mean to you?
I mean, children, you change as a person. Trust me, before them I was a Superman. When they came in the picture, I became a teddy bear. So they became, it's wrong to say, but in life, children, they are your weakness. But it may sound in a bad way, but they are your weakness, because whatever happens to them happens to you. And you don't want something to happen to them. So you want to teach them, obviously. You want to make them independent. You want to teach them discipline, respect, give them education, to grow up and keep the same raise you had, but with different opportunity, obviously, because I raised them the same way I was raised, but obviously they have different opportunities. So there is a balance. You always think you do the right thing, but maybe it's not the right thing, because a third person can judge you. But from inside, you always think you're doing the right thing for them. And that is what you're trying. But it maybe is not the right thing, but at least you think it is. So the discipline, the responsibility, the respect, which for me is more important than religion. So all these things, it's a big responsibility. So now I know what my parents went through when I got my boys. And it's not easy.
What is, mashallah is a...
I know.
Okay, perfect. You said you've been together for a long time.
Long time.
What is the most important thing for your relationship or any healthy partnership?
I think when you meet your girlfriend first day, is not the same person after 5 years. And after 5 again becomes a different person. So it's all about, it cannot die out. It has to be alive, the situation, the relationship. So you trigger each other, you grow up as one, you try to stimulate each other, things happen. Every day is not a fantastic day, but you go through it. You have to understand the partner you're with. You have to respect, and don't think you're above the person, because then obviously you need to trigger the person to give energy back, to give this back what you give the person. So I think in relationship, don't have this ego that you're above somebody else. I believe more 50-50. Then obviously some areas she has more responsibility, some areas I have more responsibility. But I think the key of our relationship is that we try to live as normal as possible. People might think that we are a family that has a luxury family. I can tell you, she does the laundry, she cooks the food. The only thing we have, the cleaner that helps us with that. I drive the kids to school. I pick them up from training, like a normal classic family. And that is the way we choose to have it. So there is no, I'll give you an example. We were living in LA, Beverly Hills. So from the whole school, only my children took the bicycles to school. But the other ones, there was a nanny, drop the kids, nanny bring up the kids, or a driver. This is not who we are. I bring them, I pick them up, she bring them or she pick them up, she do the things. home, whatever home, homework they have. I go through it. If I'm not able, she goes through it. Normal family with different possibilities.
If you could teach Zlatan, every child in the world, one lesson, what lesson would it be?
Discipline.
Nice.
I believe in discipline. Discipline will keep you alive, will bring you to wherever you want to come.
I believe it's
I think it's the most strongest, but it's the most difficult.
And one of the most underrated, I feel.
I believe I follow discipline, and I try to teach them what discipline is.
What is an unforgivable action?
Unforgivable action would be a consequence that you have to live with, if I'm understanding that.
No, like what is an action if somebody did to Zlatan?
Finish, one chance, I told you.
But what would be lying, cheating?
It can be whatever. You give trust to somebody, you don't take care of that trust. It doesn't mean I am doing you a favor that I'm giving you a chance, but you give, you take. I mean, I open up for you, you open up for me, and we get to know. You disappoint me or you lose that trust, one chance. I don't believe. I mean, two people say, yeah, you would give an extra chance, but it will not be the same thing, 100%. You will have, because you look in one way the first time. If it goes not like it is, the second time you will look at that way, but not the same way. I went through those things, so. But it's not like me. It might sound like I'm arrogant. I give you a chance to get to know me, or I make you a favor. I give you a chance. No, it's not. In every situation, there is one chance, I believe. Two, if I give you a task to do, if you don't make it in the first, who says you will make it in the second one? It means I had to repeat to you to do it the second time. So you were not doing the first time, so you're not able to do it.
What is a question in your mind that you still don't have the answer to?
I think there is an answer for everything. There is no answer not answered. There is an answer. Depends only who you are and how you answer the question.
Like, is there a question that's still going in your mind all the time? And
No. And see, if I would have a question, I will find the answer.
yeah, I believe most of the answers are within us.
But I think people, they exaggerate. They seek for something that becomes too poetic, it's simple. You find the answer. If you want, you find the answer. It's not more difficult than you. If you make it difficult, it's difficult. If you make it simple, it's simple. Because it's not so difficult like people might think it is. There is an answer for everything. And time finds answer. The answer is time for everything. That is what I try to say.
What is a moment where you felt deep betrayal?
I mean, there's many moments you feel betrayed, but
Which one comes up?
nothing specific. Nothing what I can. Betrayal depends how you mean, in my profession of work or in my normal life.
That hurt you. You felt betrayed.
There is many small examples, but often the small examples is the big hits. Because I believe in small details makes the difference. So small examples make the difference, but I don't have really, because like I told you, betrayal, I don't go back and I look at it and I feel like I have to give shit back or revenge. I don't believe in those things. You had your moment, we go on. You have to go on because you have to keep striving to go in front. We don't go backwards, we go forward. So this betrayal is...
You can cough.
Bro, you okay? You need my water? Take my water, it's okay, you can drink.
Okay. Who's the person that passed away and every time you remember them, your heart aches?
I had my manager, Mino Raiola. When he passed away, it was a big hit for me because he was not just my manager. He was everything for me. But when I say everything is everything. He was father, agent, he was friend, he was advisor, he was whatever, my cook, ever. Whatever I did, 360 degrees, he was there. And when he got sick, he was too much of an ego, and he would not say he was sick because he wanted to show his players. And he had some players he was very close to, and I was one of them. He didn't want to show to us that he was weak. And he had that ego by not sharing with him that he was sick. And it was a big hit for me because I was not ready for that. I was absolutely not ready for that because everything I went through with him. And suddenly it went so fast. I was there alone without him and doing things without him. So it was not the same thing anymore. So I couldn't share my moments with him, whatever I went through, private life or professional, because we really did everything, whatever we went through. So that for me, when I look back, he will always be remembered, and he will always be in my heart because he changed me a lot also as a person.
If God give you a long life, but hypothetically, if today was the last day of your life and you had no chance of communicating with anybody before you're gone, who would you feel regret that you didn't have a chance to contact?
Nobody. Because when you're away, my friend. There is no last wish, last chance, my friend. You will regret that you even sent that message.
When was the last time you cried?
When Mino passed away. I told you, it was a big hit for me. And I cried until the last airdrop, you say, yeah, finished. And it's still not finished because sometimes I get flashbacks and it brings me down in a way that I miss him too much. And I think everybody that knows him and me, they know how close we were.
When did he pass?
Passed away last year.
If you could text him now and he would read it, what you would tell him?
I miss you.
Last question. Zlatan in one word.
Gold.
Thank you.
Boss, thank you very much. Thank you. Bro, I look sharp or I look good? Bravo.
I don't think he has a choice, huh? Like, yeah, it's the best.
Direct.
Yalla.
Yeah, he was the one who told me you're Arsenal fan. How long were you doing the show? How long did you? Nice to meet you. I met you already. Yeah.
Before we start, we stand up. You can start by saying, what did you think about the
Okay. Good. How's your father? He's good? He's treating you good? Is he giving you discipline or not?
I'm happy this happened, no coincidence. It's 2 times in 1 month from a new friend and brother.
Thank you very much.